Hey everybody, welcome to today's exercise. I'm going to do something here that a lot of people don't like, but it has to be done. We're going to start talking a little bit of core work too. I mean, you can put all the muscle on that you want, but you need core. I mean, there's nothing more important than your day-to-day working, your sports, everything is core. Your core is everything. Everything, your functionality makes your lower back stronger, makes your abs stronger. Right? Everything stronger is working your core. Okay, so you got to work core. All sports jumped a whole new level when all these athletes trying to finally figure out that it was core, that you had to incorporate core. I mean, way back in the day, the sports never used core. It's only been a while now. There's not one sport you can mention. I don't care what sport it is. You tell me one sport that you aren't a better athlete and better at your sport when you have a well-developed, strong, mobile, flexible core. There's not one sport anywhere. So we're going to do what I'm going to do is, again, I don't know who's watching. I have no idea your level. I have no idea everything. I mean, we can take plank work. I think I have 27 or 28 different type of planks going all the way from basic right to off the wall. So, but what we're going to do is, like I said, I don't know where your level are. I don't know who's watching. So what I want to do is I'm going to go through just a basic plank, a real plank, and tell you what to look for and stuff like that. And then I'm going to go into a very basic side plank, and then intermediate side plank, and then more level side plank rollover. Okay, so you know, and like again, there might be people watching going, well, that's kindergarten stuff, right? But listen, you never know, you might pick up something. Okay, first off, we have to, before you do any core work, let me adjust the camera up a little bit. Before we do any core work, you have to know what you're working when you're working core. The big misnomer out there is that core is all about the abs. It's not, okay? Yes, do your abs come into play? Of course they do. But is that the real muscle you're working? No. Okay, so when you're doing plank work, you're isolating a core. So to find out the muscle you're working, which is called the multifidus, I know this is lesson time, everybody, I know, but this is good to know. When you're doing core, what muscles to focus on builds it faster. So all I want you to do is I want you to take your right hand and move it up and down. And while you're moving that hand up and down, you're going to take your left thumb, you're going to reach around behind you, feel on the base of your spine, and just move over to the left a little bit. You'll feel, and then start moving the hand up and down. What you'll do is you'll find a muscle that moves. You'll feel it thump. You'll feel it thump, 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 thump as you move up and down. As you move up and down, thump, 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 thump. That's your multifidus, okay? That's your, if it really moves a lot, it's a weaker multifidus. If it doesn't move at all, well, we got some work to do, but if it moves a lot, it's weak. When the multifidus gets incredibly strong, your core strong, that thing shouldn't even move. It should be like a rod, like a steel rod you're moving around, okay? So that's one, that's called your multifidus. The second one, what I want you to do is take the base of your palm, put it on your belly button, breathe in really deep, and then make like a beer belly. Just blow out like a beer belly. Then suck in really deep, and then blow like a beer belly again. You should feel some pressure way deep inside. That's called your transverse abdominis, okay? So if you think your spine is your multifidus, then your transverse abdominis, that wraps around, that's your core. So when you're working plank work, as you go in the future, how long ever this lasts, we keep doing more core work, that's what you have to concentrate on. Yes, your abs will kick in. Yes, you'll feel some ab, but those are the muscles you need to tell your brain what's working. Because once those muscles get developed, everything gets stronger. Okay, that's your real core. That's your strength. Okay, for movement, that's really picking stuff up, whipping around, sports, whatever sport. That's where your power is. Okay. Okay. So enough lessons. Enough of the theory. Let's get you back down. Don't drop the camera, Martin. Okay. So, a very beginner plank, and the plank I hate and I rally against so much is the plank you always see in magazines. And that's your hands together here. So they sit like this, you put their hands together, your feet are wide apart, your ass is up and like this. Basically, all you're doing is resting on your shoulders. That's all you're really doing. You're not even really working those muscles we just talked about. But if you've never, ever done this before, that's a good place to start right there. Just like that. You just sit as long as you can, okay? Now, once you get past that, what you want to do is you want to put your one, and you want them shoulder width apart, okay? Feet right together, and up, and tight. Now it's a plank, see? Hence the word plank. It's a plank, hanging in between suspension. It's a suspension plank. That, now when you're doing this plank, you might start feeling what we talked about, just near multifidus right here. You might start feeling like a little tweak, see this and that. That's okay. Okay, if it starts to really roll down and sway, that's not. Then you just put your knees down and rest. What you don't want to do is sway your back. That's going to hurt. You want to keep your hips, keep your tight, those muscles we talked about, flex everything, and just hold in there. Okay, that's a real plank. That's the one that'll start working, okay? That's an intermediate, that's just a beginner dead, what I call a dead plank, beginner dead plank. So a beginner side plank, because we'll jump up to the next people if they're bored with that. The beginner side plank is you turn up, and you're up like this, and you're just up. That's it. That's it. That's a beginner side plank. I mean, you can move your hips up and down if you want, but basically that's a beginner side plank. Okay, now a beginner rollover is you're just going to roll your hips over, just like that. You see it all the time, people just doing this. You're really just rolling your shoulder over, you're kind of twisting your upper body into a round out, okay? Now, a little bit more advanced side plank is when we kick in the core. So now what you want to do is you want to see what I'm doing different? I'm rolling my body into it before the arm, and I'm rolling right onto my toes. Now I'm right over, then my hand comes under, reaches way under, and pulls out. Now I'm on my left side, my left arm, so I want to flex my left side, squeeze, roll the body, roll it, not yet, roll it so it's flat, and then roll under, and come out. Now the next advance is your leg is up, and as you roll under, you tuck your toe down, your right hand comes through, and you lift your left foot up, and just hold that position. Yeah, and then slow come out, and stay tight. One more time in the advance. You roll through, the toe drops, you come under, lift the left toe up, point it, and that doesn't have to be high, just off the ground. Squeeze the core, and come up. Okay, so I say at some point you gotta start doing core. At some point you have to start doing core. And I know a lot of people say planks are boring. It's because they just do a couple little planks. But if you stick with it, use your imagination. Once you're in this plank position, you can do all sorts. You can rip your body around, twist it, throw it, move it sideways, do whatever you feel good. The more you can move your body around in plank, the better, because we do not live in a one-dimensional world. And this, people say that this is a great plank and sitting like this for like 15 minutes. That's a one-dimensional world. You need to move it around, move it around, move it around. That's a three-dimensional world. Okay, anyways, concentrate on those muscles we talked about. I know it's a little long-winded in the theory part, but to get it properly, you gotta know the basics. Ciao.